I see. In this video, we're going to talk about or learn about conditional formatting. Here is some random data. Okay, let's look at what are the various things we can literally do with this. What we need to do is select a particular column. You have to select an entire column for it to be effective. Here we have selected only till this, but if you are going to use it for adding more data, then ideally what you should do, just give me a moment, what I would do is first let me delete this particular column, row I mean. Okay, good enough. Now whatever we want to do here, ideally don't just select the existing data, don't select it. Ideally what you should do is select the entire column. Why so is because any future changes or any additions that might happen in the blank cells should also be under the conditional formatting, what do you say, function. Okay, now product group. Let's look at conditional formatting. Highlight cell rules. This is of course text. So we say text that contains, maybe we say consoles. So I would say consoles, this one, good enough. I keep the same column selected and I say conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, text that contains, what else we would say TVs, TVS, okay? And maybe I would say green. So you have this, okay? Phones, so keep it selected, conditional formatting, cell rules, text that contains phones, and we might just give it a yellow color, say for example. Okay, so we have this. Now when we go down, what happens? I would just say TVs. See, the color is applied here. So this is the importance of selecting an entire column. If the same wasn't selected, what happens is the conditional formatting would not be effective in cells which are added later. So it's always recommended that you select an entire column. Okay, what more can we do? This is by text. This is by numbers. So conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, greater than, maybe I would say 34, okay, and light red. So anything which is more than 34 will be red. Select, keep it selected, conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, less than, I would say 20, give it maybe a green fill. So all the ones which are less than 20, you get this fill. Okay. Also, what you can also do is you can say highlight equal to, say for example, a particular thing, say 22, and you want something customized. So in customized, I would say I want a fill of maybe something which is orange. I say okay, okay. So wherever you have exactly 22, these will appear. Numbers again, what we say is over here, we can have top 10 items. So you have the top 10 items also. Okay, it highlights the top 10 items for you. Conditional formatting, top 10 items. You can always say more rules and format all cells based on your values that contain something. You can also change the thing over here, which says instead of top 10, you can have bottom 10, or you can say bottom 5. And you say, okay. So here we have the same colors. So we have a challenge. So I might as well, because for top 10 and bottom 5, I've selected the same color. So let me clear rules, clear the rules. Okay, let me reapply, highlight cell rules, and I would say top bottom rules, more rules, top 10, I would say bottom, bottom 5, format. I want the purple fill, and I say okay, I say okay. Whichever was the bottom fill, bottom 5, you have got highlighted. Select it, conditional formatting, top bottom rule, top 10 items, good enough. This is light red fill. You can also change from here. You can say instead of 10, you can say top 8. And you say, okay, right? Um, there are more things you can do. If there is a percentage, you can add a percentage. Conditional formatting can also be applied on dates where we say that top bottom rules. Just give me a moment. This is a date occurring yesterday, today. So say for example, a date occurring um, this week, this month, last month is what you can select, albeit everything over here is pretty much old. So it won't be applicable in this case. If you want a particular date going all the way back to 2019, in which case what you could do is conditional formatting and say new rule or manage rules. New rule is when you're setting a new rule. Once you have set a new rule, if you want to edit that rule, you can say manage rules. So I will say new rule. Okay. Only cells that contain a particular cell value or dates occurring between anything specific over here, okay, or you can define it, assuming even if it's blanks or no blanks, then you can say, so say for example, it is blanks. Okay. And I will say, okay, I would give it a format that a blank could be red, and I say okay and okay, nothing over here. But the moment I delete this, say for example, delete. So conditional formatting, we realize, is everything to do with a visual indication. Additionally, you can have a specific text over here. You can also have in a similar way gradient fill, which is the way what you see over here. You can also set rules over here. These are all gradient fills, or you can have color scales like these, different ways, color scales, or you can even have icons like icons moving up or down, and you can define like numbers which are more than 50 should be up, between 30 to 50 or 30 to 49 should be horizontal, and below 30 should be down. You can define that based on rules. I would suggest you play around with this. Alternately, what you can do is you see the ratings. So if there, you have a rating of say 5, 5, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, okay, ratings of customer support or any sort of a rating which we have. So what we do is we can say icon sets, and here I just click it. There you go. You get a rating which is 5 is a full star, 4 is almost it's a full star, 3 is slightly less, 4 is full, 1 is no fill, etc. You can also do this. So I hope this also helps you in understanding conditional formatting better.